Good afternoon, everybody. Beach House Guy here live with today's version of Wednesday Wisdom with Beach House Guy. And I am very fortunate to be sitting on my deck in my backyard in Tierra Verde. And I wanted to chat with you a little bit today about what to consider, the important things when you're moving into a new neighborhood, basically, and lifestyle. Number one, let's make a checklist. Most of the fun is the looking at the individual properties. We're panning over right now to the intercoastal so you can see. You might see a lot of homes and then reassess your search criteria many times within this process. One of the things I recommend is to talk to people in the neighborhood. Find out what their likes and dislikes are about the neighborhood and see if it's someplace that they would like to live. One of the things that I do as Beach House Guy is the first time I reach out to a potential client that's looking to move to the Tampa Bay, Sarasota area, I make a checklist with them on what's most important. What do you want in a neighborhood? What are you looking for? Do you want an intercoastal versus an ocean view? Completely different. Intercoastal, where I live, you see constant activity. You see boats, you see dolphin, you see manatees. A lot of times when you're on the Gulf, it's gorgeous. You're on a beautiful body of water, but it's dark at night, so you want to realize that. Or do you want to be in Tampa? Do you want a city view? Do you want to be in downtown St. Pete? Something to also consider. In the end, everybody finds their perfect home. One of the mantras that I live by, if you don't like where you're living and you don't like your current circumstances, move. Change is a good thing. Change is not a bad thing. So if you don't like your current situation, check out a new area to live in. First thing that I have people do is to profile your perfect neighborhood. What are your must-haves? What are your wanna-haves? So you have a list that's all together. Second most important thing is figure out what type of home do you want. Do you want to be in a single family home? Do you want to be in a condo? Do you want to be in a townhouse where you have a patch of land? Very different. Condos are guided by homeowners association. Some people don't want that and don't want to have somebody tell them where they can or what they can do. But some people also don't like the hassles of everyday maintenance that comes with a single family home. So honestly, the choice is yours. Do you like a townhouse? Do you like a smaller? Do you like vertical living? There's a lot of places that have vertical living. If you are an older population and you don't want to do stairs, then the townhouse isn't for you. Then you look at the single family or the condo type situation. Another thing I would look at is really how far are you willing to commute? If you're still working daily, you want to really think about, do I want to drive 45 minutes, an hour over the Howard Franklin Bridge to go to work? Or do you want to be where the action is? I have a lot of clients that work in the Tampa area and live in St. Pete along the beaches because they really want the lifestyle. And that's something you have to think about for yourselves, is what type of lifestyle is most important to you. Do you want urban? Do you want beach? Another thing is, do you like historic neighborhoods? Something like Old Northeast, which is gorgeous, or do you want to be in a new development? So if you like a historic neighborhood, a lot of times those single family homes have a lot of deferred maintenance in them. You just have to know that up front, and it's up to your agent or your broker to educate you on what needs to be done through that process. Or do you want to go completely all brand new spec home, new development? I've done those as well. Again, that's another option to look at. What is your current community lacking, or your current neighborhood lacking? That also is important for you in discerning what types of neighborhoods you want to be in, because a lot of times it's not just what you want in a neighborhood, but it's what in your current neighborhood is not working for you that perhaps in the next neighborhood will. Do you want to be able to go places on foot? So key is walkability factor for a lot of neighborhoods. Do you want to get in? Does it bother you to get in your car to drive 5-10 minutes to places? Some people it doesn't. Some people want to live urban and want to be able to walk to restaurants, shops, bars, theater, pretty much everything. So think about that in your checklist when you're deciding on the perfect neighborhood for you. The other couple important things, obviously, are school info. If you have kids that are of school age, you want to check out all the stats. There's a ton of sites. I'm happy to put them on my sites for you so you can see them, of the best school systems. Like, I personally know Seminole, for instance, has one of the best school systems in Pinellas County. So if I have a family coming in, I will steer them to Seminole first and foremost, Seminole Largo area, because they have the best school systems, unless you don't mind being in a private school. I work with a lot of friends that have kids in private schools down here, and they're fantastic in the Tampa Bay area. So that's something very important to look at the school areas that you want. Crime stats. There's a lot of sites that have crime stats in certain areas. You don't want to be in an area where you're unsafe walking at night. That's important to a lot of people. Another important thing is parks and recreations. We're very fortunate in Florida and in the Tampa Bay area to have hundreds of individual parks for people to go for picnicking. I live right by Fort DeSoto, which is a national facility, which I love, and my wife and I go to on a regular basis, and we actually love having that as part of our Parks and Rec system. A lot of these individual neighborhoods have fantastic associations that are a wonderful resource for you as well. Also, tourist attractions. What's important in Madeira? Do you like to go to individual tourist attractions? Is the fact that Disney is only an hour and a half away from this area important? Fantastic. Again, there's lots of wonderful things to consider when you're making a move to your next place. I hope Beach House Guy has the opportunity to chat with you a little bit further about some of these options. Feel free to reach out to me anytime. Thanks. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Bye.